Am I a content creator? Is that what I'm? I don't know. I suppose I make stuff, don't I? I'm a stuff maker. Hello, how's it going? You alright? It dawns on me, I've not made a video for this channel since Ullapool. Quite a while, actually. Is it coming up in a month? It could be. Could be a month, just about. I've not been well, that's really the gist of it. I got sick for a while, and it wasn't in Ullapool. It might have been in Ripon, when I went to Will McNichol workshop, and it could have been at the Masonic meeting after that on the Monday night. I don't know. Suffice it to say, I got not well, so it's a shame because I actually had a wee bit of momentum going. Before that, I was recording voiceovers for GMT, Gear Music Tech, and I had some momentum going with the publications and stuff, and then I mean, I'm grateful that, you know, I don't work at the post office anymore, so there's that. That would have been an absolute nightmare. And so I just stayed home and watched, what was it, not Breaking Bad, the other one, Better Call Saul. I watched quite a lot of that. I was grateful to have it because, you know, easy to watch, entertaining, all of that. But now I'm pretty much better, still a wee bit chesty, but I'm more or less back, and I feel like I've squandered the day. Squandered. That word reminds me of my dad. He used to use that word. More about money than time, but still. So what have I done? Let's have a look. I've vacuumed the house. That was good. I've sent away an item that I ordered to go to Ullapool. It's a time sync generator, basically, for time code syncing, 2 cameras and an external recorder. And it arrived on the day that I left for Ullapool, after I'd already left, so it was like, so that's been sitting in a box ever since. We're absolutely skint right now. The overdraft is like, or is it down? I suppose overdrafts are down, aren't they? Well, we're deep in the overdraft and it's a worry, and I was like, well, why don't I just send back that thing that's still sitting in the box? So I did. That's good. So in terms of squandering the day, that's actually a positive. And I sorted out some banking stuff I had to do for my son, which has also been sitting on my desk, I think, since before Ullapool. So I'm just trying to find the things that I've done that are actually positive today, because, you know, I did have planned a Gear Music Tech video and I haven't done it yet. And where are we? 17:32. So what's holding me back? I don't know. It's just resistance, I suppose. They're not fun to make. But I told myself, as I was explaining to Hamish on the train on Tuesday, that I'm trying to think of the way that I make videos for Gear Music Tech, not as something desperately dull and boring that I have to do because it's work and it's actually earning revenue, but to think of it more along the lines of video editing practice. And you know, if I look back at when I started editing videos in Resolve exclusively about 2 years ago, I've come a long way, you know. So that's how I'm trying to think of it. And so far it hasn't worked, you know. What else have I got going? Well, my Notion system's in place. I haven't ditched it completely, although I did go cold on it for a few weeks while I wasn't well, and then, you know, getting back on track. But did I do my daily tracking thing today? I can't even remember. I'll check when I'm done, but I did do my blood glucose reading. 17.8. It's dreadful, isn't it? I mean, I don't know how dangerous that is. Should probably check, but not good. So my diet's in the toilet. Productivity's not great. I'm sober. I mean, that's not a small thing. 17 years now. So no alcohol, no drugs, just sugar and self-sabotage. I guess kind of that's what this whole video is about. It's about self-sabotage. Why am I doing that? Why do I do that? I think I've always done that. I started the day actually with a video that the algorithm recommended to me on YouTube, which was all about ADHD and autism. And it's something I've thought long and hard about over the years with regards to me and to my son, but mainly for me when I'm thinking about alcoholism and why I drank, and thinking about how that feeling of discomfort, let's call it, that feeling of discomfort led me to drinking, because then I felt comfortable. And what do I do now? Well, here's an example. Sunday night, it was Crofters closing night, the last day of trading. Crofters is a restaurant where I've been playing music for 8-9 years, regularly, or semi-regularly, sometimes 3 nights a week, in the heyday, and they closed. So they had a party to celebrate, or not celebrate, to mark the closing. A party, yeah. And I was like, I don't like parties. I don't like parties. I don't like open sessions. I don't like how uncomfortable they make me feel. But I thought I'd go along. I'd never have to do it again, and it feels like the right thing. And so I did. So I sat in a pub, basically, in a situation that makes me feel uncomfortable, and I played 3 or 4 songs. It was actually fun, you know, in some ways, but in other ways not, because playing in a loud pub without amplification on an acoustic instrument, it's not something I would choose. So, yeah, what was the point of that? I went to a situation that made me feel uncomfortable, and I got through it without drinking, without anything. But I think now, choosing how I spend my time in a positive way. I know myself well enough to know the things I don't enjoy, so it's just a case of saying no, really. I won't have gig day anxiety anymore because Crofters is closed, unless they invite me to play in Glasgow when they reopen, which could happen, and then I'll need to weigh that up at the time. But that source of anxiety has been removed, which is good. So I'm pretty pleased about that in some ways, and displeased in others because it was decent money, and sometimes it was really fun. In fact, the Friday before, I played one last gig with Donald, restaurant owner, friend, bandmate, and it was good, really, really good. In fact, I enjoyed it a lot, and I think I probably played my best ever solo. I took a solo break on a song called Scissors, Paper, Stone, and it went really well, and it wasn't something I'd planned or practiced. It was just like, oh, where am I going to go with this? It's like flying, you know, and that's really good for me to do that kind of thing. So anyway, I think what I would like to do, the purpose of this, first of all, is for me to re-establish my relationship with the camera and with my channel, because it helps, and I know it helps, so why don't I do it? And the longer I go without doing it, the harder it gets to get back in. So, you know, that's why I'm kind of back today with this big long rambly video about my mental health and what I've been up to. So preventing the self-sabotage, is this the first step? It's a step. Let's call it that. So I'm going to edit this and fire it out. I don't know if we'll chuck B-roll on it, probably not. Just get it out. Get it out, get over this creative block and get back to it. You know, so this is a step. This also is a step. My beloved daily diary, which, you know, is as helpful as making videos. So I've written 2 entries this week, published them at camscampbell.com, so you can check that out if you want. I've made them public and I'm contemplating doing that more often than paywalling or membership onlying them to make verbs out of nouns. So yeah, you can check them out as well. Read about my writing, because it helps. Desk is covered in stour, which is another good thing I did. I actually vacuumed the house and dust blew the computer, which means there's dust everywhere. But my computer's clean. Right, this is long enough. I'm going to stop now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. See you later.